Hello, everybody. My name is David Singleton. I'm the moderator for today's session, which is extending the back end of Business Central AI agents with Azure AI Foundry. This is our 114th Areopa webinar. Obviously, it's coming a long way, and we've got quite a library heading here with quite a lot growing here. Today, we have Katerina Chernevskaya and Artem Chernevskiy. They will be doing the presenting. I think Artem will start, then Katerina will take over to put this presentation together for you. So some basic housekeeping rules. Your mic is muted. If you want to ask a question, there's a pop-out question box. There's a question box and there's a chat box. Use the question box for questions. I will determine the questions. If I see that a question needs to be answered immediately, I'll interrupt the presenter. That's like if the sound dies, something like that. Otherwise, we will queue up all of the questions to the end, and then at the end, I will ask those questions of the presenters. So right now, it is over to you, Artem. I will make you presenter and go.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you for inviting us to this session. Can you see my screen now? Is everything okay?
Yes, very good.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So we will speak about extending the backend of Business Central with AI agents based on Azure AI Foundry. Today it's a really interesting day because just announced that many new AI agents from Microsoft. We are thinking about them, but our presentation is still actual because we are speaking about much more fundamental ways, about options, about scenarios when you need to go to very deep detalization, to very deep evaluation and adoption of your AI agents, comparing to built-in Microsoft tools. Okay, as for me, I am Artem, and we have Katerina on the slide. Kate, would you like to say a few words about yourself?
Yes, sure. Let me start. So my name is Katerina Chernevskaya. I'm working as a Power Platform architect at KPMG. And to be honest, I've been working with Power Platform technology since Microsoft announced Power Apps and Flow that days. So almost 10 years. I'm also MVP, Most Valuable Professional in BizOps category, MCT, and certified expert in this domain. Besides that, I'm constantly speaking in different worldwide events, offline and online. So please say hi if we will meet somewhere in the world. And also, I'm a contributor and collaborator in the Microsoft Sample Solutions Gallery, where you can find a lot of samples, snippets, and prompts for your projects, for your inspirations, or for your learning path. So just go to the adoption Microsoft.adoption, and it is the part of the adoption catalog. There are a lot of different areas, not only Power Platform, but also Teams, Graph, SharePoint, whatever you need for your project, completely free, and making from community to community. Yeah, that's all about myself, and back to you, Artem.
Thank you, Kate. I would have to say that I am a proud husband of Katerina, but also I am MVP in Azure AI. We are so-called Microsoft family, meet each other in Microsoft. It was many years ago. Yes, and still this point we are working together, and that's why I think that we are very interesting and good team to deliver for you this session. Okay. So let's go to the plan. Usual questions, have you used AI agents? Almost everyone. We've used some AI agents in different variants. Quite everyone asking us to give more from AI agents because some answers are strange and so on. We have different statistics from KPMG also that most part of projects with AI agents were not successful. I would not say that it's, by the way, something bad, because right now in agile times, we are going to the approach, try just try and fail fast. Yes, so many projects were started just to test, to experiment, but really almost 90% of them were not so successful. Yep, and that's why we need to tune up these agents to give them much more power and tailor them to your specific business scenario. And now the things becomes to be much more complex and not so obvious. So what we will do today, we will start with this short introduction. Just a few slides. I will tell why we are doing, how you can understand when you can use built-in Microsoft Copilot or agents, and why and when you have to develop your own options. Then I will do a short demo, beginner level, just Portal, no coding, to start with Azure AI Foundry agents, especially for the Business Central professionals who are not familiar with Azure AI, just to understand that it's simple and we can do really powerful things with just clicking mouse. Then I will transfer the stage to Kate, and she will show PromFlow RAG demo. Right now, PromFlow, I think, is the main solution for retrieval agent generation scenarios when you are using your own data, but not just to give the data to the agent, but set up the AI search and make it smooth and really working good. Yes, it will be low code, middle level of complexity, and then once again it will be 10 minutes. Also my demo. We will show one of user evaluation tool which we were developed with Kate for one of our projects, and right now we are publishing it in customer success portal, so it will be a free template on Microsoft website, and sometimes, I don't know, 1 month or less, keep updated. Yes, Kate will say a few words about this, how you can use it. So we will, so to keep things short, we will start with easy demo, then we will go to more powerful demo, and then we will give an easy demo, but of very difficult scenario, what you have to do in the top of mind when you are going to real project and you have to evaluate your AI agents and especially use your own business experts, business supervisors to train and to evaluate the agent. And we will have some time for questions and answers. That's our plan for today. Just a few slides, intro. Yes, of course, we understand that AI agents are amazing, and I think that 90% of your task can be done with just built-in agents, but business requires us all the tasks to be done, and this 10% which cannot be done with built-in scenarios which give wrong answers are totally change the game. So we need to do better. We have to do AI agents so tailored to your scenarios that it work better than human being. Why exactly we need it? Sometimes we need custom logic, for example, some pricing rules, discounts. We were working with financial sector, and many of them have their own rules and their own internal procedures which can be applied as a mandatory rules, not just some information. A lot of specific industry scenarios, for example, in legal, in invoice processing, and so on. Many scenarios when we are using data outside of Business Central, such as CRM systems, Microsoft Fabric, and other options. Many things we security or compliance need when we have not tradable, not trade-off, not discussable questions, that some materials and some information shouldn't be shown, and so on. And some different multimodal requests also when we want to send to our agent, for example, multiple files with different formats, with audio, video, anything else, and say, just give me an answer based on all of this. Yes, so for this scenarios, not always our built-in agents are good. Speaking about your own agents, which you can develop with Microsoft Azure, Copilot Studio, or other tools, we can divide them in the small groups based on the functions, what they can do. So simple agents, they are just giving you information. So this is chat completions, but they train it with your data. It's called grounded with your data, and they have some rules how to work with this data. So they're just like Microsoft Copilot, but they have better answers. Yes, just tailored to your company specific. Second point is task-based, when this agent can do something what cannot be done with base agent. For example, go into database, make some updates, run some business flows, and other things. And the most comprehensive of them is advanced dynamic, which work like a human being. Yes, so this is multiple agent system or just agent system when it works independently, has some memory which can be used and other things. Cool. Which challenges we face when we are building AI agents from scratch? Because of course there are many tools on the market you can use just to go into code and do it. You can see them on the slide. I just would focus you on this one, on security. I think that security and compliance is really important because in many countries, and especially in Europe, we have a lot of AI legislation act, and using AI is really important and sensitive point. And when you build your own solution, of course you have maybe some flexibility that's really good, but with security compliance it's really difficult. Other things such as scalability, of course, are very good on Azure. Also, we have examples when we are making a very high load solution, and it was also pretty quick. And the last slide, don't be afraid, I promised not more than 5 minutes. Last slide was that we have 4 primary considerations working with agents. So first of all, knowledge. You have to provide the right context to the AI, and sometimes it's comprehensive because this is about data. Of course, we have seen many scenarios when customers ask us that AI would be something like a magic wand. Yes, we don't provide any data to it, but somehow it will be able to answer on specific questions based on our internal data. So data is important, data preparation, data validation, actualization, and so on. Second point is actions, that what they can do, and there we have a lot of interesting things such as computer use, so it can just click mouse on your legacy app if needed and do it. We will speak together today about other things such as code interpreter, run code, and other things. And of course, you have to build your own custom tools which needed. And of course, security. Security is a really big point. There I have mentioned that what they have access, yes, but this compliance, who has access to this, how we are monitoring it, and so on. And very specific to agents, it's evaluation. It's not about testing, because not just about testing, yes, because it's working, but how good is working, that we are speaking about accuracy, we are speaking about other different points. Okay, that's all with our intro, and now I want to step forward to compare some framework landscapes. Of course, it's really frustrating right now because Microsoft has many different tools to build AI agents. And some of them are new, some of them are old, and so on. By my personal opinion, and by the way, Kate has different opinion, the most interesting point to start in the common scenarios is Microsoft Agent Framework. That's a new point, and I will show it right now. But also we have very powerful semantic kernel for pro coders. We have Copilot Studio, part of Power Platform for Power Platform users. And we will have prompt flow. Kate will show it on the next demo. It's also a really important case, something between semantic kernel and agent framework in the power and the complexity. We can see after Gen, Microsoft Research after Gen, it's for research. Yes, so if you want to play with models and to find some different scenarios, it's good. It's not so good for using in productive systems and scalable options. Microsoft is flexible and open for other options. You can use your LangChain framework and use this SDK on the Azure stack if needed, and other different options, yes, but they're specific for different scenarios. So we will focus today on agent framework and prompt flow. I would not spend your time. You will see this on demo if you need some other options and you have to update. Just one thing what I want to mention, that everything changing very fast. Yes, so you have to take your to check the pulse of the system, because each day something become better. That just, for example, something changes and so on. So you have to update it daily to understand what is current approach. AI is a really fast evolving market. Okay. This is some considerations regarding prompt flow. Kate will tell about them later, but overall we understand that when we are building our AI solution, our custom AI agent, that's about also spendings, so it costs money, and your architecture should be cost effective also. Whoa. Yep, that's all. We have stopped with overall slides. Yes, and now I will go to the demo. Give me a second. Yep, now we are going to Azure portal. Kate, can you help me? Can you see the Azure right now?
Yes, we can.
You can. Okay, cool. I will quiet Teams. By some reason, I think that I have stopped it before the presentation, but let's see. Okay, sorry for interruption. Right now, yeah, I'm in Microsoft Azure. There I have created the resource Azure AI Foundry based resource. I have done it before the presentation just to keep our time. And now I'm going to Azure AI Foundry portal. This is UI interface to manage the artificial intelligence, to do everything. So that's one place where you have everything what you need. You have the model catalog, so you have many models from OpenAI, from other providers, from Microsoft, which you can use for different scenarios and so on. Kate will later show the prompt flow. By some reason you cannot see it right now, just because we are using different types of projects inside AI Foundry, and Kate will tell about this later. But for me, it's really important to go to agents, the most modern version, how you can do your own custom agent. First of all, we will start with creating of new agent, and then we will empower it with knowledge, empower it with different tools, run it, work evaluated in playground, check the data which will be shown, and add to it some tools, and then I will show how you can call this agent. Okay, let's start. Pretty simple. Start a new agent. Agent is created. We have agent ID. It's built in and you cannot change it, but you can change the name of an agent. Okay. You can use some deployment of a model, just which model we want to use. If you need a new model, you can click create new deployment, and there you can start from base models I have shown you in model catalog, or even from your fine-tuned model if you need. So you are very flexible there. There you prepare instructions. This is system prompt, which explain what will do your agent. For example, I will say act as professional sales analytics. Of course, usually we have very comprehensive instructions for 2 or 3 pages, yes, but just now for demo purpose, I will do the simple one. That's interesting. The saves are going just in the real time, and if you are working with this agent, it will change in real time. Amazing, very fast option. Sometimes it's not so obvious for me, yes, but when you're changing something, please be aware that change going in real time with this agent. Agent description using just for you to remember what's this agent, because in nearest future you can have hundreds of them, so that's just for clarifications. And now we have three tabs: knowledge, actions, and connected agents. Knowledge helps you to add different knowledge. You can see right now in preview, but anyway, built-in connection to Microsoft Fabric. You can make grounding with Bing search, so it will go to internet to check the most actual resources. You can go to Azure AI search, you can go to some external data providers, to SharePoint, or upload local files. Pretty interesting thing. When you are going to upload local file, everything is simple, but you can select local files and you can check it there. For example, give me a second. You can see that we can see only PDF file. There I have Excel file prepared for this demo, but I cannot see it. So I will open PDF. So you can check file types, and it's difficult. Very strange. Yes, we have Word, we have PDF, but we don't have Excel and other. Is it mistake? No. It's intentionally, because there the option when you are adding not structured files, not table files. If you are planning to work with any table format, Excel, CSV, and others, it's better to use Content Interpreter tool, and I will show it later. Okay, upload and save. So now it have PDF with sales data. This is a sample export where we have some salespersons, the pipeline, the customers they sell, and so on. Okay, cool. We have made the knowledge. Now we can add actions. Going to add actions, and we have some base of them. Code interpreter. I just said about this tool. So if we will go to it, it can write the code of some program and then launch it inside the Azure. So the idea is not to trying to guess something with large language model, but large language model helps you to prepare some script or some program, which then will be executed in special sandbox and work with the data provided in your file. And of course, when we are speaking about table data, there it's much better scenario to run some code which will filter or sum or do something else with your documents if needed. I can go to select local files. And once again, there for desktop, you can see that now I am able to add Excel. So Microsoft recommend us, if you plan to train your agent with some data file, so please use Content Interpreter to work with it, not just upload it to agent itself. Okay, it's uploaded. So now we have tool, so it can write a code. It can run this code against our files, and we can work. Connected agents is really I don't know, invaluable way to empower your agent, because you can make a chain of them. One agent starting, understanding the user intent, proceed to different agent, and so on. And everything of this can be done very easy, just there in option. For our short demo, we don't need it, but in reality, it can multiply the power of your solution. So if you have some difficult task which cannot be done with just one request to large language model, now you can break it down in the steps and execute them with the different agents one by one. Okay, that's main options, you can play with temperature, like usual with Azure language model. Max temperature gives some option for hallucinations and so on. Less temperature gives options to provide only exact answers, sometimes say I don't know. Top P, this is how close to your question will be the answer. So how big, how many branches, how many variants will be in the discussion. Okay. If you need, by the way, there you can add voice capabilities to your agent. We wouldn't show it right now for a short demo, but it's also pretty simple. Okay, so we are ready. We have set up our agent, and right now we can go to try in Playground and to work with this agent. Okay, it's loading, and our best question: who is the best salesperson? Amazing question, yes, because when we are speaking about, for example, filter data or some data, yes, we are going close to Excel, and sometimes question just AI is just helping us to work faster, but do the same thing that we can do manually in Excel. No, AI agent can do something new. You cannot ask the Excel who is the best salesperson. You can ask who sells the most, yes, who has total pipeline better. But there, the power of AI is that it understands the intent, it understands the criteria, and now we can see. So he can say that based from the data, best salesperson Lena Powell's, it's true, she is mentioned, and that's why. Okay, if I will ask total pipeline for 3 best salespersons, I can do the answer. So right now it's not predefined question. I can ask any question.
Artem, your sound's gone. Can someone put the hand up if they can hear Artem?
So we want to know more about our
Artem? Artem, hello?
agent.
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Your sound stopped
yep.
for about 10 seconds.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, your sound stopped for about 10 seconds. Whenever you download
10
anything,
seconds. Okay, I will repeat. So now you can hear me. Anything? Okay, cool. Yeah. So I will repeat last 10 seconds. So when we can see these numbers, I just want to take your attention that they were not hallucinated. Yes, these numbers is result of calculation based by the program code which were written by LLM and then executed. Okay, let's look on this option in more details. To check just this run, we can go to view run info, and now we can see. So what happened? What was backstage? So that's our thread. That was first question. We had 2 questions in the row, 2 questions in one chat. We can have the question, then we understand what happened and the answer. Yep, so then was a tool called, it was file search, and we can see so how it was, and we understand why he found, by which questions, and we can check everything. It's made our AI explainable. We understand why he was done this question, and then step message creation. Second question, once again, we can see file search and we can see the answers. Yeah, so it's pretty simple. It's with one flow. If we want to see all thread logs, we can go there, and there we can see options not only with one run, but with many runs and many steps inside them. Cool. Also, it's possible for us to check which metrics are used for these scenarios. By default, we are working only with AI quality metrics, and you can add more of them if needed. I wouldn't go to any metric right now. Once again, it's a beginner session, but you can read, and all the sessions are described. And you can also add risk and safety metrics. Yes, and we can check them also. Then you can see the results of this metric on your chat. For example, I will ask something, salary of my boss. It's a good question. Yes, I don't use any rude lexics. I don't go to some I don't want to name them, yes, but to any other things, yes, but we just check it's working. And now we can see all these metrics, how they were working. That's no safety risk. It's quite okay question. And what we were using. No, and also, of course, we can use, and also, as always, we can see the tokens and time spent. Good. Also, if you are pro coder, you can go just from there to code. So Agent Framework is available also with SDK, and if needed, you have start to play there, and then open in VS Code and going to coding. Cool. Close it. Also, sometimes for testing, you need to send the file not to train the agent, but simulate the option when your user send the file to the code to the agent. Here you can add file search tool or code interpreter search tool, and if needed, give them additional files. So in this option, it will simulate as the situation as your user sends the file to the agent, and we can also check what's happening. And at last but not at least, how we can call this agent. Of course, we can start from the agent's work, but we want to start it, I don't know, from some Business Central event or other events. For this option, we can create trigger. After creating trigger, it's going to create a Microsoft Logic app. A Logic app is similar to Power Automate solution, but based on Azure. Yes, Power Automate and Logic apps sometimes are interchangeable. You can change what you need. You can use multi-tenant option when you will be charged just by usage, and then go into creation of this Logic app solution. But I want to take your attention that, of course, we want that this Logic app connector will be already done and tailored to our solution. No, in reality, this button leads us just to create a new, fresh Logic app. Yep. We will go to a link, and there is an article from Microsoft which help us how we have to customize our Logic app, what we have to do, so it will be really available to call our solution. Yes, so first of all, you are creating it, but you have to add parameters and you have to create connector. Right now, you have to do it manually. Okay, sorry, I have taken just a bit more time because I do love this option. Just to check for me, yes, I have shown you view code, trigger. That's how to call with Azure Logic Apps thread logs. We have discussed that agent can call agents, and we have discussed the KPIs. Now, I'm sorry for taking time, but I think that we will be able to show everything. Kate, the stage is yours. I am transferring to you the right to share the screen.
Yes, give me a second. So I think that now my screen should be visible. Please confirm.
Yes, great.
Okay, cool. So thank you very much for this demonstration. It's really cool. But what if we would like to have a more precise control on the workflow that we have, that our agent is building, like what kind of data we pulling from our external system, how we transform this data, and how we create the result, and what kind of the result we would like to provide to our external system with which we are integrating. In this case, prompt flow could be a good option for you, and especially for example, for RAG scenarios. To make it shorter, let me guide you what kind of first of all, resources should be in place in the Azure before you start creating your prompt flow. Obviously, you need to prepare your storage account, and in Azure, it is better to create Azure Blob Storage, where you can store your data. You can create containers, and in these containers, it is supporting to have a folder structure, and in these folders, you can put your documentation. In our case, we put prompt Power Platform license guide, so we can chat with our agent about these terms. But it is not necessary to transfer the entire big files to your agents. You need to split these documents into chunks to decrease to decrease the cost, to decrease the time that the agents proceed this documentation. In this stage, you can use search services, Azure AI Search, and by creating this Azure AI Search, you will be able to create index and indexers, and this index will convert your entire big documentation into small chunks. For example, if we can see here, you see that this is a small part of chunks, and also they are vectorized. So that will help AI LLMs systems to search more precise and provide you exactly the part of the documentation where this or that answer was found. And optionally, but highly recommended, is to creating the application insights if you would like to have observability in your system, if you would like to collect telemetry and after that analyze how your agent perform, what kind of answers it's generate, what kind of questions it's received, how many tokens it consumes, what is the latency, etc. So if you would like to know about a lot of parameters, it is better to store them in the Azure Application Insights, so it is easier to connect these resources all together. Also, you will need some sort of AI services or Azure OpenAI to create, to deploy AI models to support your solution. And the central part is Azure AI Foundry. As Artem mentioned, that there is two types of Azure AI Foundry resources that now you can create. You can create Foundry-based resources. This is like a new type of resources, but this new type of resources do not have prompt flow inside its capabilities. So in this case, if you would like to work with prompt flow, you will need to create hub-based Azure AI Foundry resource. That basically means that you will need to create firstly the Azure AI Hub resource, and in this hub, you will be able to create as much as you wish Azure AI projects. And basically, prompt flow is a part of Azure AI project. So if we are going to the this resource, hub resource, firstly, you can see which projects we have here, and in a second we are going to deeper in the project. But before, you need to be sure that all connected resources are in place. By default, some connections are establishing with blob storage, But also, you probably will need to manually create connections with Azure AI Search if you would like to work with chunks, with your documentation for RAG solution. And also, you probably will need to create a connection with Azure AI, with Azure OpenAI resource to use AI models for processing, for generating, for whatever you need. Now we can go into the project, and on the left-hand side, we can see this prompt flow. So basically on the left-hand side, you can see a lot of tools that you can use inside the Azure AI Foundry. We are interested in the prompt flow. You can click on the Create button and create a new prompt flow. You can create from scratch. There are 3 types of prompt flow that you can use: standard one, chat flow, and evaluation. The standard one is just generating the content for you. The chat flow, it is like a standard flow, but also it supports the chat history, like a context awareness. So you can put into your process the chat history that was created between agent and a user. And evaluation flow, it is for evaluating processes, because once you create your prompt flow, you need to be sure that it creates and generates expected answers. And for these purposes, you need some sort of testing. In AI world, it calls evaluation. You can also use different prompt flows from the gallery. So they are already predefined and you can start from them, or you can upload any already pre-existing prompt flows if you have any. In my case, I already created a prompt flow, and I would like to go through this prompt flow to highlight you what are the building blocks for this prompt flow and how you can create your own. First of all, everything, all actions are located inside the inputs and outputs variables. So basically, inputs variables are those information that is coming to our prompt flow when this prompt flow is triggering. By default, for this chat type of prompt flow, it is a chat, history, and a question. So basically, this is the question that user asked our prompt flow. Additionally, by clicking Add Input, you can select and create different variables and store here information from your external system that is calling and triggering this prompt flow. And for outputs, you are creating as well at output variables that pass information from this prompt flow to your resource, for example, to Business Central, where you would like to demonstrate, visualize, or proceed further this information. Between input and output, you can locate as much as you wish activities like actions. These actions could be creating a prompt, using any LLM tool, creating a Python code, or even more. There are several additional tools that you can use, for example, index lookup, connecting with your Azure AI search resource and finding chunks relevant to the user input. So how to create these activities? First of all, let's start with LLM. You need to select a connection. We talked earlier that in the hub, in the project, you need to establish connection with those resources that you are going to use in the prompt flow. In my case, I already created a connection. And for this connection, for this Azure OpenAI resource, I created this deployment, which is GPT 4.1. And I have some additional parameters that I can specify, like temperature. In advanced mode, I have top P, etc. So for my LLM, I can create and configure these parameters. I can also use prompt fields to specify the instructions for this LLM tool, how to interpret and how to proceed and process this information that was getting to this prompt flow. So this is a long list of the prompt instruction. And at the end, I provided some variables where I put the chat history. So you can use not only static text in these tools, in the LLM and Python, etc. You can also use variables. And once you specify any variables, for example, here we use chat history, here we use question. in the button, you can see these variables and provide the dynamic data from where the prompt flow should extract this information. In my case, chat history and question is coming from inputs. So we have this inputs dot and the name of variable that is located in the input. After that, you can specify different tools, and one interesting thing that I would like to pay your attention on, for example, get chunks. Basically, this is the tool writing on the Python code that is going to our Azure AI search and selecting relevant chunks to our question that came from the user. But I don't want to execute this tool every single time. First of all, I need to be sure that we really can extract queries that user would like to have an answer for. And I would like to execute this tool only when has search query output of this action is true. Otherwise, I would like to skip this action. So basically, that means that you can dynamically configure all steps and make a relationship between them and make them related to each other and execute only when it's really required. So this is in short. You can also extract all this information if you expand these files and click on this download button. You will be able to download a zip code and share with your colleagues, and then they will be able to upload this file and they will have this prompt flow in their instance, in their tenant. Once you are happy and once you are ready, you can chat for testing just in this interface, and you can also deploy. For deploying and for chatting and for evaluating, you will need to run the compute session. For this compute session, it is crucial to have available virtual machine quotas in your Azure subscription. Artem mentioned the list of prerequisites that are required. So you need to check that the quota for a virtual machine is available. In this case, you will be able to run the compute session and then deploy. For the deployment, you need to specify the name, endpoint name, deployment name. In one endpoint, you can have different deployments, so you will be able to proceed with A/B testing, and etc. Also, you will need to select the virtual machine for your requirements. Let's say this one. How many instance counts? If data collection is enabled, so would you like to collect data from this run? Then some information about the identity and authentication types. Application insights, if you would like to collect telemetry into your application insights that was created in advance and linked with this resource, it is highly recommended to turn to switch on this toggle. And for each LLM activities that you have in your prompt flow, you need to specify the connection and select the deployment name of the model. For instance, you have different models, and here you can specify. Click Next, review if everything is okay, and just click Create. It will take several minutes, and once the deployment will be done, you will be able to see your deployment on the models and endpoints. Let's confirm. And here you will be able to see this provisioned endpoint. This is the information, and what I want to highlight here is the Consume tab. On the Consume tab, you will see all required information for your API connection. Let's say in the Business Central, in Dynamics 365, or whenever you would like to connect with your agent, with your prompt flow, you will need to establish the API connection. This is URI, this is primary key, and also you will need the model name. You can use Postman, for an example, to test this endpoint. The method of the API should be post. Here we provide the URI. In the headers, you need to specify the content type, always application JSON, authorization with barrier prefix, and Azure ML model, your model. Basically, this Azure ML model deployment, you can skip if you have only one deployment, but if you have any more than one and you would like to split testing between these two models or three or how many you have, you need to specify to which deployment you would like to send this API request. And of course, you need to specify the body. In the body, it is crucial to provide all required input parameters, input variables that you specified in your prompt flow in JSON schema. In our case, we had a chat history. For this demonstration, it's empty, but if it's not empty, put all chat history in these brackets. The question, current question that came from the user, folder and instructions, it is something that's specific for this project. So we differentiate our documents per different folders in the Azure Blob Storage and later on in the AI search, so in chunks, and instructions. It could be some additional instructions besides the prompt that you specify in LLM actions. So when we send these will be sent to our prompt flow, to our endpoint, and hopefully, yes, we have 200 code, which means everything is okay. So we got answer, we got search queries that we put in the output of our prompt flow, search results, and etc. So that means that this output we can parse in our dedicated application and then reuse. One last thing about prompt flow that I wanted to mention, that you can also make evaluations of this prompt flow, which means you can select different metrics like groundness, coherence, fluency, so you can be sure that every single answer that the prompt flow produce is testable and is match your expectation. To make this evaluation, you will need to prepare the JSON-L file with all required information, like with all your input data and expected answer. And after that, LLM will generate answers and compare these answers with your expected answers and provide some sort of information like, for example, for GPT, similarity. That was the expected answer, that was the answer that was generated for this test run. So we can see that here we have 4, here 5, so it is 5 level grades. Here we can have 2. That means that these answer generated and ground truth are not similar, and you can expect, investigate, and maybe improve what is wrong, maybe prompts, instructions, or how you chunk your data in the AI search, etc. So yes, this is basically about the prompt flow. So you can build, you can have all control, you can have deployment options to create API endpoint, and also you can evaluate and validate responses of your prompt flow. Artem? I can provide back to you.
Yep. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm there. Yes, we have 7 minutes left. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Kate. I hope that you can hear me well. And our last demo would be about real project. You have seen on my demo and demo by Kate that it's really powerful evaluation models inside capabilities inside the Azure AI Foundry. But of course, we cannot put our users in Azure AI Foundry. From other hand, our users, business users, should evaluate the AI agents. For example, we were working with contact center, and inside contact center, there are supervisors who are listening to the calls of the regular salesperson and giving them some advices. Quite the same, these supervisors who want to check the AI agents. And they cannot check them, they cannot make tests just inside regular user interface, just because there are too small information. That's why we have prepared our own PowerApps Canvas App solution, which is capable to choose one of the predefined business case. What is business case? This is different scenarios which we want to test. right now in template we have what are available Power Apps license, but usually there are many predefined questions which they want to check, not to type in it's everyone. When we are sending this request to large language model, it's giving us all the information which is required to check the accuracy of the answer. So we have answer, we have search queries, we understand which search going to the solution. We understand the documents that were hit with this solution to check. We have the chunks, the answers from the documents, the search results, and we can see how it was prepared by AI, and we can look it in the text available to human being, or just with the formatting available as it needed. And right there, supervisor can submit issue if something is not so good and to provide feedback to AI team. We think that this solution is really critical because we need some ambassadors, supervisors, managers to be able to check the solution to get extended information and then communicate with the AI team if needed. Also, it's possible to listen to it, to make sound input if needed, and add additional options, for example, different folders, which should be assessed for Azure RAG solution. So if we want to check the information from different folders where different files are situated. Kate will provide just a bit more information. Kate, can you get the information? So just to tell about Microsoft Solutions catalog where we are plan to post the solution.
Yeah. Yes, sure. In the beginning, I mentioned that I'm a contributor and a collaborator of the Power Platform Sample Solutions Gallery, but this is a part of Microsoft Adoption Catalog. So we are going to put this sample into this adoption catalog, and I think in 1 month or maybe a bit earlier or maybe a bit later, you will be able to download fully unmanaged this solution to explore how it was built with a comprehensive documentation about what kind of related resources should be in place, like prerequisites, how you can build them, and you will be able to build some sort of similar solution for your own, for testing purposes. Yeah. So feel free to follow us via LinkedIn, and if you will have any questions or would like to know when it will be available, just ping us and we will be happy to share this information with you.
Great, thanks. I'm going to take the screen back if that's okay. Thank you guys. It was a very intense presentation. There's no questions. That generally means that people are still taking it all in, and they'll ask those questions, I'm sure, on YouTube later. That was all very good. So thank you for everybody that stuck through the whole thing. It was quite good. I'll just say that we do have, this will be published on the Areopa Webinars YouTube page. So take a look at that if you want to rewatch this, because it's a lot of information. I'm sure this is going to take a second watch to get through it all. So if you want to get emails, just subscribe to the newsletter and you'll get invited to all of the upcoming webinars. We have 2 coming up. We have 43 dev tips in 45 minutes, and we have, you don't need to make test plans. This would be an interesting one to find out why we don't need to make test plans anymore. I'm assuming there'll be some AI in there, but that should be a fun one. And keep in mind that we are always looking for new speakers. If you've got a topic you'd like to present it, please let us know. Contact Luke. Definitely want more people, and we've got a lot coming on. The season's all just getting started, but although we're fairly busy, we always have slots to fit people in. And of course, we want to thank our sponsor, 4Nav, who are simplifying our Navision documents, our BC documents, who do a great job of supporting this. We wouldn't really have this this group as it is without their support. So thanks, guys. So webinars coming up. Thank you, everybody. This is your moderator team, and from our point of view, thanks everybody. Appreciate your time, and thanks very much, everyone. Goodbye.